Hey everyone, I'm Mackayla. Welcome to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast. We're going to jump right in with the two hardest questions of all. Who are you and what have you been up to recently?
Hi, Mackayla. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm Pat Villaceran. I'm the founder of Hinabi Privé, an award-winning global house of creatives. And I'm here to kind of talk about amazing stuff with you, Mackayla, whatever we want to talk about today.
What have you been up to recently?
So for Hinabi Privé, we're launching so many stuff because Hinabi Privé is rooted, Michaela, in the idea of polymathic experiences and
Hmm.
multi-passionate individuals, and like how human beings are invited to thrive, accept, and be aware that we're not just one-dimensional beings.
Yeah,
That you can
we're
be an
not.
accountant and you can be what, like a rock star artist at nights.
Hmm.
And that is what we want to embody and teach at Hinabi Privé. For the season, where Hinabi Privé is launching two things. The
Hmm.
first thing is a platform called House of Hinabi, where it's a newsletter podcast, it's a publication where we're going to be talking about polymathic experiences. And I also want to shed light around the difference, Michaela, around what polymaths are
Hmm.
and what hobbies are.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
those are two very different things. And then the next one is we're launching the volume two of our album. And this album is categorically because it's melding into different
Hmm.
genres. But overall, the album is categorized as cinematic pop rock.
Okay.
And so we're doing those two things.
You've been very busy.
So it's a highly creative community. Yes.
That's fun. You must be like constantly inspired by the people around you.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I would say we so my Hinabi Privé has a co-creator. His name is James Harris, and he's building also the other aspects of Hinabi,
Hmm.
which is the events, the curation of all of these experiences together with this album. And in one of the interviews, interestingly, so Michaela, he said that this was asked about him as well. Like, what are the inspiration that you've had when you're writing the songs? And it was usually, I don't know what your answer, like if I ask you this, what would be your song music inspiration, Michaela?
I don't know. I don't write music, but
Uh-huh.
like if I did, it would probably just be like daily life experiences.
I love that. I love that. And I've heard other people too kind of like mention their musical gurus or like
Hmm.
I love Metallica, I love Taylor Swift, and I do
Yep.
love all of these things. But he also said the same thing that like it's everyday life that inspires me to build my own sound. And so the people that we have at Tinabi Privé and the community that we are building in here is fascinatingly so diverse. Michaela, and that's what I love about it. I truly believe that the more that you are exposed with different kinds of people from different industries,
Hmm.
the the more that your world gets bigger and your
Yeah.
perspective gets bigger. You're not just, boxed in into these are the only people that I know. And so these are the only influences. And you talking to 200 people, that must have changed, right?
Yes.
Everyone would be coming into these conversations with, oh, they have like it's entrepreneurship. And then this one is like a little bit different. And so, yes, definitely Hinabi Privé. We have an amazing pool of team too in United Kingdom and in Europe and in Asia. And it's just absolutely insane. I'm so proud of my team.
So, how many people make music kind of as a side gig that you work with?
So music is a pillar, I would say, for
Okay.
Hinabi. So we do something called events. We call them arcs. So for
Hmm.
these events, it's an award-winning event, Michaela. And what we do here for these events are it's called the Six Senses experience. So
Hmm.
usually, and you've probably seen one or two of these.
Yeah.
Um, you go to an event, it's fine dining, it's all random people. It's fun. It's fun. Good
Yeah.
foods, cocktails, the drinks, it's fun, right?
Hmm.
But knowing us at Tinabi Privé, we want to push the boundaries. And so, with the concept, actually, James is also the co creator for these events. And he runs this amazing cocktails events company in the United Kingdom. And also, for me, I do have a food and nutrition wellness firm here in Asia.
Wow.
And so when those two things kind of like meld into the one thing together, it became like a five senses experience. You've got
Hmm.
food, you've got cocktails, you've got music, senses, lights, and sounds.
Yeah.
And then the sixth sense that we would say, which is iconic for Hinabi Privé, is something that we call transformation.
Hmm.
Because these events are not tied into, oh, there's music, so we're just watching. You come into these events, Mackayla, and when I say diverse, I literally mean diverse. We've had celebrities come in here, we've got politicians, we've got microplastic scientists come in,
Hmm.
we've got teachers come in, we've got mid-level managers come in. And so, but the good thing about how we set these events up, Mackayla, is the way that it is just for everyone.
Hmm.
You don't come in there with, and when I mention celebrities, what's the first kind of like image that popped into
Like a
your
gala or
mind?
something.
Yeah. Like with the red carpets.
Hmm.
I mean, it's still fancy, still amazing, amazing foods, impeccable cocktails. However, you come in there with just like your guards are just down and it feels like home. And you meet these people and the facade of like, I'm a celebrity and I'm this, Mackayla, don't talk to me. No, no. Everyone's jamming. And then you're it's very intentional. There is for Hinabi Privé, I would say, Mackayla, there are two things that we work on in here, the creatives and the sciences too. And so when these events are built out, there is a behavioral science that's intentional.
Hmm.
And these events, no phones are allowed because we want them to be very present, right? And we don't want you kind of like, this is the first time you're meeting this amazing human being,
Right.
just like I'm meeting you today. So for 2 to 3 hours, just put the phone down and just have an authentic conversation and just
Hmm.
be here with me and just get to know another human and what is their life about. And that's why I told you this. Like, I'm so very impressed that you're sitting down 200 episodes in. That's real.
Hmm.
That's real. Honestly, like who can do that, right? It's especially I'm proud to say I'm older. My generation is older, but for your generation, it's like there's this attention society and
Yeah.
culture that's been built through that. And so like you being able to do this is already amazing. But going back to our events, it is that you're there, you're fully present, you experience the foods, and it's just like, what? This is food. Um, so for example, there's a storytelling around war and something that is, crunchy. One insight or one example of an experience would be the food is spicy. The cocktails are insanely hard. It's like you've got the tequila lined in. Okay, this. And then you feel the rage. The lights are reds. You feel the rage. You are part of the experience.
Hmm.
You literally feel the story coming through. And that's what makes it award winning for us and very, very proud because the audiences themselves are part of the storytelling.
Hmm.
It's not a show. You are there. You are part of the experience. You craft the experience together with us. And so, like for example, you've been in these events. You've been in like galas and like saying dinners and stuff. And what we do have data too about this, Mackayla, we're very science backed, but very artsy kind of
Hmm.
people, kind of left brain, right brain, nerd stuff. And so for majority of these events, usually people, once the food is done, cocktails is done, say hi, hello, da 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 da, done. You want to leave because you've
Hmm.
got things to do. You're busy. You're busy. You want to go home, Mackayla? I want my couch. I want my bed. But you know what? At Hinabi Privé events, 98%, and I tell that with humility because that's not true because it's literally 100%. We just don't want to be too perfect. Like just make it 98. No, don't make it too perfect, Pat. But 98% of the people who attend our events stay longer even after the event is done. Our
Wow.
problem is to just go home, please. Go home. Where we need to clean up the thing. We need to clean it up, or else we're gonna pay for more. Come on. Because you really get to be friends, authentically be friends with the
Hmm.
people who come into these events. Because you know, there's no minutia of but I'm a politician.
Hmm.
I'm important. No, it's everybody is there because you're just there to build a connection and to learn and to listen and to not project why you're better than somebody else. And that is what the community of Hinabi Privé is.
That's beautiful. The world needs more of that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. It warms my heart when I hear that. And when I say music, and I it's not that I want to correct you when I say sidekick, but music really is central in the way that we tell these stories. So for these events, we produce original music, and that's why it's cinematic, it's all of these things. For this next album, the central story, what's also very interesting as we've gotten a feedback for this music, Mackayla, is that it's reminiscent of authentic rock genre.
Hmm.
And I'm very, very happy and very proud to say this too, that, you know, because Hinabi Privé runs with the idea that art and your craft building.
Hmm.
And you've studied this, and I want to know your story too. When you focus on a craft, this is not something that like a clickbait should. There is a strategy around. I have my own marketing agency. There's strategies around this.
Yeah.
Clickbait this, put your face in, put something that's you know, like the TikTok trends.
Yeah.
However, what we want to tell to a wider community of artists is that your craft is built
Hmm.
with time, and
Yeah,
there's
that's
patience.
that's a hard thing though. Some
Uh,
people don't want to wait.
no, let's not wait. Let's do the TikTok thing. Let's do the grind. And even though, so this is what I've been noticing, and this is
Hmm.
why I'm so passionate about the music of it, is because majority of the artists nowadays, whatever your art form is, Mackayla, whatever it is, because I
Hmm.
write poetry, I write these, so whatever it is, whatever your art form is, I want artists to understand that your value doesn't come from your following.
Hmm.
However, not more than 90% of the job for artists right now is to, what are the trends on TikTok?
Yeah.
How can I be popular in TikTok? How can I do this again on TikTok? Like TikTok is the only metric for your success. That shouldn't be the case. That's not the message that we should be teaching artists.
Yeah.
And I say this in one of the conversations, Mackayla, with my team. I truly believe I said this. And I said, if this is the message that we are teaching our artists, especially the younger
Hmm.
generation, we might be losing the most amazing art
Yeah.
of the freaking century. Like all of these things, like Van Gogh, all of the things, right?
Yeah.
If you told them that you gotta be TikTokers first, put yourself on a pretty face and make sure you look cute, Van Gogh would not have cut his ears and would have gone blind and would have not translated the beauty of the world through his art. And so I feel like we need to change the narrative because in my observation, majority is just like the strategy, Mackayla.
Hmm.
Do this. This is you've got the hook. Get the hook in. First 3 seconds, make sure that's trending. So then the ability to progress and fail through your art, it's lost.
Hmm.
You're losing that. And so for me, when I say music and art is a pillar for Hinabi Privé, they really are, because we can tell these events, we can tell stories without refining our art first.
Hmm. What advice would you give to somebody who is struggling with, they want to, work with the algorithm and they want to work for long-term success?
I love that. I love that. I love that question because that is also what we do. That's what the community of Hinabi Privé is. We do
Hmm.
have a community called Creator Labs too. It's a very holistic community. But thank you for giving me the space to talk about the complexity of Hinabi Privé. But with the Creator Labs, this is what we teach. You have to understand the balance of it all.
Hmm.
And so also like for me, I am a social entrepreneur. I mentor Fortune 5,000 CEOs and founders all over the globe. And so for me, I have also like a very business minded thing. Hinabi Privé in our pool of artists, I don't want them to be starving artists.
Right.
Your art is your value. Your art changes soul, it heals.
Hmm.
Art heals. For poetry, it changes lives. So if that is the value of what artists can provide to the world, they have to be monetized for that. They have to
Yeah.
be getting something out of that. So for me, it's not about, no, just create your and be a hermit and be a monk and be tucked into the world and then make your art. No, make your art and then connect to the people who resonate with your art, because the one message that we are missing is people are willing to pay for this.
Hmm.
But, but it's also, as an artist, your responsibility to refine your art by failing and learning and training and being exposed to feedback too,
Hmm.
which is very scary for
Yeah.
a lot of artists, which is very scary. And so for me, it is about having two things. It is having the courage first,
Hmm.
because you know this, you're an artist. I know you're an artist, but our art is an extension of our soul and
Hmm.
ourselves. When you put it out there, it feels like you're naked because it's a part of the, oof, I'm sharing my diary in here.
Yeah.
What if they know? What if they know who I am? What's going to happen? So it's the courage first, and then the ability to take and detach yourself from the outcome of your art
Hmm.
and say, what can I learn from this version of my art right now?
Hmm.
If I show this to other people who I admire and who might have a feedback on it, what can I learn from them?
Yeah.
So those two things are very, very important for me. You have to put yourself out there first, because if not, that art, and also this is what's happening with anxiety and depression. And
Yeah.
I personally have experienced this. The reason why, and I feel very strongly that this happens to a lot of creative people, because we're thinkers. We think too much, Mackayla. There's so many things that happen in our mind that's not even happening in the real world.
Hmm.
There's so much. We've thought about it. It's not real.
Yeah.
But the reason why there's a recent study had proven this, there's an epidemic of loneliness, and we've
Hmm.
posted about this previously, the science of loneliness, is because, especially for creatives, we process all of these things. We have so much to create. That's
Yeah.
why we're called creatives. The ask for our talent is to what? Create. But when we're just in our mind and you're not putting the creation out there, that's where the anxiety loops in.
Hmm.
So when you have the courage to say, you know what, fuck this. I'm sorry. Can I
You're
curse
good.
in your okay? Because I should have put in that disclaimer, Mackayla. My team knows this, like Miss Pat curses, okay. But like I should have put it out there. But it's like yeah, who's watching?
Hmm.
So courage and getting
Yeah.
that feedback, that openness too. Just like you're not, even for me, I'm not the best in the world, but what can I learn?
Hmm.
Where did I miss? What did I miss? And even for songwriting for me, because I write the lyrics and the melody, you would see my freaking notebook. I feel so old because it's a notebook. It's not like in my notes app. It's a real notebook, Mackayla. And I put it in. There's so many slashes of the words and so many slashes of does this work? And that does this yeah.
What does that process look like for you when you sit down to write?
Oh, that's an amazing question. And for me, interestingly so, when a good song comes in, it's a 5 minute writing. I know it's a good song when I've written it down in 5 minutes
Hmm.
from start to finish. And this is the one thing I would say though, that that 5 minutes is not 5 minutes. That 5 minutes is not, I want to double down and emphasize that thing. And I've seen a recent interview with Love and doing a podcast like this
Hmm.
too, about she's also talking about the ability to understand that there should be patience when you're creating your own art.
Yeah.
And when I write down in 5 minutes, that just meant that all of the books that I have read for the past decades, plural, decades, Mackayla, the books that I have read, the poetry that I've drafted, the words that I have encountered, the movies that I had watched, every single thing, the songs that I've listened into, the sounds, all of these things together, that's the 5 minutes.
Hmm.
You don't you don't have just written that with just out of thin air. That means that there was a precedent on how that actually the mixture of the words had come about.
Hmm.
And so one thing too that I would love to share, because we're talking about courage,
Yeah.
and I have experienced this as well, again, as I want to share with you, the anxiety of it, the depression of it, is because we're not doing the push,
Hmm.
right? We're not doing the action enough. You know what it would look like, Mackayla. You know this. You know what
Yeah.
your art looks like at the end of it. But the middle creation process, that's where the courage lives.
Hmm.
And so for me, I've been there for so long, so long. I have so many visions. I have so many things that I want. I want to change the world. Okay. I want to change the world. I was literally 18 years old. I want to change the world. Let's make better businesses. Let's do this, right? And then I don't achieve that. But there's this big gap of like, oh, the reason why
Hmm.
is because I actually haven't followed through to what I told myself I would do.
Right.
There's no real courage in it. It was
Hmm.
just now I'm just, at least from my experience, right? Now I'm just, it's the government, it's everything else. It's the world's fault.
Hmm.
It's your fault. That's why I am not building my own thing. It's your fault. But it's scary to look inside and say,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't. I missed the thing. And so now, again, I don't say this because I had just learned this. I say this because of decades of failure too.
Hmm.
I missed so much opportunities too because not action, not courage enough
Yeah.
to follow through.
It's
And
hard.
so exactly. And so when I make the thing now, whatever it is, you might have a regime about sleeping this thing, but when something comes through, when a word comes through, especially if, let's just say, for the process of songwriting,
Hmm.
when that thing comes through, you have to literally pull yourself out of the bed,
Hmm.
whatever hour it is of the day, and you have to write it down. You have to write it down. You have to focus whatever it is that's happening outside the world. You have to follow through to what that is, because
Hmm.
that's, I would say, that's the soul or whatever it is that you want to say, you want to name it. That's it. It says, oh, you've got this, you've got the inspiration. Don't lose it.
Hmm.
Don't lose it now. Write it down, draw it on a piece of paper, and continue until that momentum lasts. Because that trigger, Mackayla, that only happens when you've already got enough to do that
Hmm.
piece. Oh, I don't know, like I've been late this week in the office and I've done this. So now it's a mess. It's a mess, right? And then for one moment in that week, a Saturday, 2 a.m., ruminating, 3 lines had popped through because you've had enough experience in your life that week that says, oh, this is what I'm feeling. This feels true.
Hmm.
And the songs, at least for songs, for music, the songs that truly resonate to people are the ones that are true, the ones you don't lie about, the ones that you don't research. What are the trendy words to put in? What are the fun words to put in here? But if it's true to you, it's going to sound true to the other person too.
Hmm. That's what I love about music. It's so universal.
Yes, yes. And for example, for me, I don't know if you notice, but I'm Asian. um, but I do love that music is universal,
Hmm.
because what I do hope people would get from this music that we're putting out there, this album, and we've put like a previous music, and it has a different style. It's focused on nature integration too. It's all, some of
Hmm.
the songs are also in a different language. But what I do love, even for that style, Mackayla, and this one is more the next volume. Volume
Yeah.
two is more pop, it's more resonant. But the first album itself, it's more indie folksy. But interestingly so, Mackayla, we trended in 3 different countries United States, United Kingdom, and the Philippines organically. Like this is just, you know, we put it out there. And for me, I just put it out there on our streaming platforms because I needed to play this on the events. But it was not our intention to just, like, whoa, we've hit 5,000 and then we've hit 10,000 and then we've hit 20,000 and now it's collectively 100,000 and all. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. And for the message, when even for volume one, for the message is about, you know, integration of ourselves in connection to Mother Nature.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Is that a pop song? That's not a freaking pop song, Mackayla. But for thousands and thousands of people to listen through and play the songs again and again, it's insane. It's insane. And so I feel like it's not a point of bragging, but it might be a message when it comes to resonance.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe if we stay true to the truth of our stories and ourselves, maybe humans would get it.
Yeah.
That's what's amazing about what we're building at Hinabi. And that's why I love the diversity of it, because it's not, and when you listen to the new songs, I do hope, but now that you know that I'm Asian, you would probably have, oh, is this an Asianist? But no. But I do hope that when you listen to the songs, that's not the first thing that would pop in your mind. It's just like, good song.
Mm-hmm.
That's a for Michael Crate or James Harris and I. That's like that's the bar. If someone says this is a banger, like if someone says that for one of the songs or all of the songs, that's it for us. That's our
Mm-hmm.
happiness right there. That's just like if everyone's jamming and everyone's like, you know, jamming to the songs, job well done, you.
Yeah.
That's the end goal. So yeah, I love that question about diversity.
Okay. So before I ask the last question, is there anything else you want to
Yeah.
mention or talk about today?
Oh, because now this is the last question I've been put on. Like now I'm nervous that this is the when you mentioned that, because I could talk endlessly, Mackayla. Thank you for copying the time off for me, but I could talk endlessly about this freaking thing, right? Good Lord. Now the pressure is like so high because like you have to choose one thing, Mackayla. Before your last question though, can you tell me more about like what is the difference between studio art and other forms of art?
Mm-hmm. So studio art is more, it's like drawing, painting, pottery, things that you would find like in an art studio.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's what I studied.
See,
I
you
did
see?
mostly, I did photography and then some abstract painting and art as well.
That's so inspirational. I'm crappy in arts. That this hand of mine
That's
is
why I did
useless. It
abstract.
paints
I can't
plants.
draw
Yeah,
realistic. I can do abstract.
realistic. But yeah, this is my story.
I
Like
mean, I
I
can't
don't
make
care.
music.
I love. This is why we're Hinabi.
Hmm.
You're part of Hinabi now. At this point, Mackayla, you're Hinabi already. Like you're.
Okay.
But do you know what Hinabi is? Do you know what the word
I
means?
do not.
Okay. So hinabi is a Filipino word that it means to weave. So it means for us to weave the stories. And I know my face is out there as a founder, but for me, I'm just putting in the blueprint, at least for now. But I want the community to weave the story and to craft the story of how Hinabi would grow and your story about pottery. Literally, I haven't tried that. I should. I should. In one of our events, you should be there, Mackayla, to teach everyone, like, do the pottery. And this is abstract. And this is the thing. It's like everyone would have so much fun. Everyone will, I promise you that. That's very interesting. And so I would say, do you resonate around the message of especially for physical arts
Hmm.
like yours, right? It's not digital art, it's not Adobe, it's not all of these things. That's like easily kind of like put this in socials and then ta-da, trending,
Hmm.
right? What do you say are kind of the biggest challenges for you as an artist when you make art and how to translate this to people and what's yeah.
Honestly, do art. Like, I have so many sketchbooks that have never seen the light of day. I just have
I
like
would want to.
piles of
I would want to browse
sketchbooks
through
that
that.
are
Yeah.
full of art, and I'm like, no one wants to see that. I'm like, I don't love it, so I put it away.
I'd be, you know what? I'd be the friend, Mackayla. I'd be the type of friend where we're posting this on Instagram right now. Because I'd be so fascinated. This is the thing that I tell artists, like, that's not my jam. I can't draw. I'm on sticky figures, Mackayla, and
Mhm.
line things. Put a line, that's my art. That's it. That's
My,
that's
I, I'll show
the
you a picture.
verse.
My roommate let me put
Yeah.
a mural up in our kitchen.
Yes.
Find a
Yes.
picture of it.
In your kitchen. Your kitchen has a mural?
Yeah, I made it.
Whoa.
I
Show
know
it
I have a
here.
picture
Show it here. And
somewhere.
then like when we edit the podcast, it'd be like full on screen of your mural. Whoa. No.
Yeah, they're
That's
all
so
individual
pretty.
pieces of art
Yes. Mackayla, that's so beautiful.
that I put
And
together.
I
It
haven't
was,
even seen the HD version. Oh,
yeah, it was from my
nice. Put it
college.
out there.
Those ones were from my college senior project, and they were just like
Yeah.
sitting in a box at my parents' house.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And my mom was
Uh-huh.
like, "Do you want me to throw these out?" I'm like, "No." So I was like, "I'll
No.
do something with them."
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Wow. No, that's pretty. That's so pretty. Literally, my walls are white. It needs art and it needs
Yeah.
painting. Are you kidding me? Wow. Now I have to. Now I'd be that friend. Now this is like, that's the message for Hinabi, Mackayla. Like, put it out there. Put it out there because this is the thing. This is the thing that I had learned in my years as a human, Mackayla. So it's up to you if you're gonna take my 2 cents, but this is my 2 cents, is that no one is fucking looking, but for as long as
Hmm.
there's one person. So let me tell you an anecdote and a story that would hopefully resonate with you. When I was a young kid, I was struggling. I was struggling with allowances and all these things. But I go to church. I go to church every Sunday and I'd be in the choir and be very, very choiry myself, or just praying. Look at this very innocent child. One day, an old, it now it sounds like a storybook because there's this one day. One day, an old grandma approached me and said, "Where do you live? Where do you say?" It's just random questions, right?
Hmm.
It was elementary school. I think I was grade four, fourth grade. And she approached me having these questions, and it's just like she's also in the church, also in the same time where when I'd be doing my choir stuff.
Hmm.
And then the following week, she started bringing in snacks. She started bringing in snacks. I was like, "Thank you, Grandma. Thank you. I haven't eaten breakfast or anything. This is amazing. I'm so happy with 2 pieces of like cookies and everything, right?" Be so happy. The following week, she added a little bit of it. Let's just say like what the conversion is like, $2.
Hmm.
She added $2. I was like, $2? What am I? How do I pay you for this? Well, why are you giving me $2? I'm just a little kid, right? And then that grandma started increasing everything, started talking about school because I was a nerd, Mackayla. I was a, if you're a nerd too, we were nerdies in here,
Hmm.
but I'd be a nerd and I'd be one of the top of the class and be so like, "I'm top of the class, grandma." It's like, "Okay, we're gonna increase this to $3." Like, yes, now you're encouraged, like literally, right? From fourth grade up until I graduated high school, that grandma continued pouring and pouring into me. This is a stranger, Mackayla.
Hmm.
This is a stranger. And for the life of me, it's making me now a little bit emotional. What did you do to me today? This is just it's making me emotional. But she taught me a very important lesson. Do you know that I don't even know her full name? I know where she lived. I know where she lived. I don't even know her full name. All of her children are living outside of the country. And so
Hmm.
sometimes I'd visit and sometimes I'd check in. But I was a busy high schooler, too busy to even bother. And sometimes I would even get annoyed that I have to go to church because like there are better things to do, hang out with friends and whatnot than go to church, right? Um, but she never stopped until I believe like even until first 2 years of college. That's how
Hmm.
dedicated she was. That's how dedicated. She didn't need social media to say you're a good person. I was a freaking stranger. And then I realized that this woman has been sponsoring children randomly all over the place within her community so many times, that it was her neighbor that told me her story, that she's already had an engineer graduate because of her, and another person graduate because of her, and another person graduate because of her. And maybe it's meant to be like this. I had learned of her name at one point in
Hmm.
life, but I forgot what the name is,
Yeah.
because in my mind she's just grandma. She's just grandma for me, and there's no other identity outside from she's my grandma. That's an
Hmm.
extension of she's my grandma.
Yeah.
And I have two siblings, and then they would get a little bit of like a snippet of the things I bring home. But I was her kid, I was her child. But there was a lesson of like, I really wanted to give back to her, Mackayla. I
Hmm.
really wanted to. Like, do I stay here over the weekend and just hang out? Is that what you want? Do I bring, is it hanging out? Is it the thing? Do I spend like 2 hours in here and drink like she's got tiny Coca-Colas in her refrigerator? And like, do I need to cook for her? Do I need to clean her house? She doesn't want that. I tried
Hmm.
that. It's cool, but she doesn't want that. But there was a message that she said, just said, pay it forward. I don't need this. You paid for it. You paid for it. So whenever I see someone or something, that's just an ingrained now identity for
Hmm.
me, just paid forward. And so for me, she didn't have an art, she didn't have social media, she didn't have shit, but she
Hmm.
had the greatest heart, Kayla. For you to change a human being who's gonna now pay it forward to hundreds and thousands of human being, that's it. So if someone would look at your art and your mural, as I'm telling you right now, like, that's beautiful. It is. It is. And I say that with love because I don't literally know how to paint. Do it. Do it. Because that's one artwork. And I've had this in my life too, but it's just like, I just want the grandma anecdote to be in here. And in one way, Mackayla, I don't even know when she had passed away,
Hmm.
but I know that she already did. And I don't know where to go to the funeral. I don't know if her children had brought her body outside of the country. I don't know. And so the imperative is not to go back to her, it is to pay it forward. So that's the last message that I want to close with that,
It's a
because
beautiful message.
that's it, right? Just not thousands of streams and thousands of likes. It's you get that one comment, Mackayla, your painting changed my day.
Okay. So, our last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
What is the soundtrack of my life? I love this song right now from Francesca Battistelli. Francesca Battistelli is a Christian kind of singer-songwriter, and Paper Heart as a whole album is a beautiful narration. You won't even know that it's a Christian song, but it's just like a very cool acoustic sound. Um, but it's a message of like, let me trust the universe,
Hmm.
because I'm just a tiny little bit of ignorant human being that I don't know where I'm going, but let me trust a little bit of a process. I'm just going to focus on what I can do today,
Hmm.
but I'm going to trust the process. And that's why it's paper heart. It's like you have this big heart and it's a fragile heart, but that heart is protected by the universe and all of the goodness in it. You just have to believe that whenever you move, it's with the intention of something good is going to come out of it. You have to
Hmm.
trust that.
Okay. So, for everyone who wants to stay updated on you, all of the events that you
Yes.
guys have going on, the
Yes.
music, everything, where can they find you?
So please find us at Hinabi Privé or with my co-creator, because he's promoting our singles coming out this coming April. So anyone who wants to listen really good rock music, please do so at J Harris Music. Yeah, all the good vibes. It's gonna be
Awesome.
about love though and heartbreak. So if this is the season where your heart's broken, this is it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Thank you. Thank you, Mackayla. It's been so fun.
Of course. Have a nice rest of your day.
Awesome. Thank you, Mackayla. I hope we get to chat outside of the
Oh, of
podcast.
course. That'd be so fun.
Okay. And welcome to Hinabi. Welcome to
Thank you.
Hinabi. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.